Now, a lot of people seeing this are going to go, what? Is this even possible? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Is it ethical? Absolutely it's not. Absolutely it's not. But it should get you thinking, right? You're watching this, you should be thinking, okay, storytelling, embedded commands, influence the unconscious mind. What are my stories that I've been telling myself? What are the narratives I've constructed about my life? Welcome back to the channel. I'm very excited about today's video because we get to talk about Derren Brown, one of my favorite introductions to NLP, because Derren is a mentalist, and mentalists use NLP, specifically Ericksonian language, suggestion, sleight of mouth, anchoring, all the fun covert persuasion and influence tactics, as well as others, to do really cool mind magic. And we're going to see here in this video how Derren uses certain key NLP techniques in order to make purchases in New York City, one being some fish, a $19 purchase, one being a $4,500 platinum ring. And when he makes the purchase, he's paying with paper, not cash, but white blank sheets of paper. And so in understanding this video and how he's doing this, one, I hope you're shocked, surprised, alarmed at the power of suggestion and just how language influences us. That's my first hope, because if you're surprised enough, maybe you'll start taking your internal language a little more seriously. Maybe you'll think to yourself, hey, I should learn about unconscious behavior because there's clearly a lot I don't know about it. And if this is possible, then what else is possible for me in my mind? Anyway, that's my hope. And also it's just a really, really fun video. So let's dive into it. And I'll start by sharing off the top of my head, because I haven't seen this video in some time. Let's start by talking about the techniques I know Derren's going to use. So I know he's going to use embedded commands. I know he's going to use a story, and I can't remember if he does anything else. Let's find out. So let's take a look here. Even before we start, I want to point some things out. One thing that you notice about Derren right away is how he's dressed and how he carries himself. So notice that he's wearing a very nice suit. It seems to reek of money, so to speak, right? So there was a great study, and Malcolm Gladwell, I think, has talked about this as well in his book, Blink, about how people thin slice you, that when you look at somebody dressed the way Derren is, you make a certain quick snapshot judgment about that person. They did an experiment where they had people on the corner of a street, and they wanted to see how people would respond differently to someone dressed in a suit versus somebody who wasn't dressed in a suit. And the person who was dressed in the suit, if they started jaywalking, then the people next to them were much more likely to start jaywalking, right? There is a certain trim, there's a certain aesthetic to people that we will assume have leadership qualities. So right away we look at him and we go, okay, snapshot judgment, this guy is a person of means or whatever, right? But he has a thin slice, if you're familiar with Malcolm Gladwell stuff, that says this guy is followable in the first place. Okay, we can follow his suggestions because of the way he presents. Let's take another look here.
It's a fantastic place.
Thank you.
You a local? Have you always lived in this area? 20 years, Jesus. Okay, so how much was that? I was a bit intimidated by the subway system. I didn't want to go on it. And then someone said, it's okay, take it. Take it, it's fine. So I did, but it's amazing. And where did you live before this then?
I live in Staten Island.
Staten Island, which is just over the water, isn't it? Thank you very much indeed. Thank
you. Basic, very general rapport building, right? Where are you from? You've lived here your whole life, et cetera, et cetera. Now, he launches into his story. right as he's about to hand him the white sheets of paper. And you'll notice when he hands him the white sheets of paper, that's when he uses the embedded command, take it, it's fine, just take it. So everything he's talking about before then about the subway is a lead up to be able to deliver the command as he's handing him that sheet of paper. Interestingly, when we start to tell people stories, their brains go into storytelling mode. I remember at a hypnosis training some time ago, somebody had said, once you start that once upon a time, people go into milk and cookies land, right? So while this man's conscious mind is absorbed in the story, Derren is over here and he does a slight pace and he does what's called an IU shift, right? So even though he doesn't say you specifically, the effect is that of an IU shift. So I was a bit intimidated, right? So this could be a pace for the guy who's receiving the pieces of paper. It's a negative state. What am I supposed to do with this, right? I was a bit intimidated about taking it, but then someone told me, a friend told me, just take it, it's fine, just take it, it's fine, right? So he's telling him this in the context of a story, but while the guy is seeing this, his conscious mind is occupied by story, he's also hearing, just take it, it's fine, just take it. Now, a lot of people seeing this are gonna go, what? Is this even possible? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Is it ethical? Absolutely it's not. Absolutely it's not. But it should get you thinking, right? You're watching this, you should be thinking, okay, storytelling, embedded commands, influence the unconscious mind. What are my stories that I've been telling myself? What are the narratives I've constructed about my life? What are the things I'm thinking to myself? What commands am I giving myself? Here's a good clue. Are you living a life that fulfills you? Are you on a path that satisfies you? Are your relationships improving? Are you making more money? Are you growing? The human being is a goal-achieving machine. Your nervous system rewards you for seeking out and achieving goals. When you are achieving something that's important to you, your nervous system lights up the same reward circuitry as cocaine. Your dopaminergic, your dopamine system lights up when you are achieving a goal. Think about it. When you got something you really wanted, remember that feeling, that, right? Well, we were designed to move towards that. So maybe you should learn how to influence yourself so you make that more natural, more default all of the time. Back to the video. Enough off my soapbox. Okay. So this is where, this is his little guilty face after he got caught out. This is where he goes into a jewelry store and attempts to buy a $4,500 piece of jewelry. What?
Yeah, that's very nice. So, can you tell me about it? So it's
This is a
4,500. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, fantastic. Well, I will take that as it is. I'll give you cash for that if that's okay. Thank you.
All right.
Great, lovely. I'll let you box that up. Thank you very much. It's the nearest subway here. Just on the corner down there. So is that north or south that way? Oh, no, that's west that way. Okay, so that's right, north up there. I've been thinking the wrong way. Thank you very much indeed. So straight down there on the corner. Fantastic. And yeah, I was a bit intimidated about using the subways here, but my friend just said, take it, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I was a bit intimidated about that, but that's great. So straight down there, that way down on this corner? Yep. That way on that, straight down there. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, goodbye.
All right, so once again, we see very similar pattern. Tells the story, distracts the conscious mind. I was a bit intimidated about that, but then my friend said, take it, it's fine, just take it. So stories, right, are great vehicles to embed your suggestions. Quotes, he uses quotes patterns. If you're an Ericksonian hypnotist, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you need to go learn NLP. You need to learn hypnosis, because the reality is that these things are influencing us all of the time. And if you're not aware of hypnotic principle, if you're not aware of the rules that govern your psychology, how can you influence yourself?